Peace family. So I'm back with another one, you know what I'm saying? So today what I wanted to do is I wanted to talk to my chosen ones about you are not what you eat. You are not what you eat. I repeat, you know what I'm saying? As y'all can see, this shit is beautiful out here. I didn't really have like no specific reasoning that brought me to this topic other than just vibing for a minute out here. And it had me thinking about how we all grew up in these households where we all did kind of get to spend quote unquote family time, these holidays together, these holy days, where we ate large amounts and vast amounts of food at a large, at a small period of time. And it was all kind of shit that was in that food as well, you know what I'm saying? So when we think about how our grandparents grew up in the shit that they was eating on, and then our parents from there and the shit that they was eating on, and the shit that we was programmed to start eating on. When you think about where you are now, and when I think about where I am today, I feel like I grew and learned more with the knowledge as far as understanding what my body should be intaking, because my spirit don't need shit. It don't need none of that physical stuff. It's the physical stuff my body needs. That's what my body needs, so my body can function properly out here, quote unquote. But when you really think about it, and when I think about it, all that witchy bullshit food I was eating growing up, like, it never stopped me or slowed me down from being nice in sports. It never stopped me from progressing outside of school, doing shit, just ripping and running. It never stopped me from getting to this ascension place. I went through all of these different eating diets. I experienced 3 years of prison, Virginia's biggest prison out here. None of those eating habits or diets stopped or hindered my motherfucking growth process. My spirit was way too strong and already way beyond the food consumption part that we have to deal with as beings having a human experience. And then understanding with this knowledge that we in the Western world, right? So we already know everything is GMO. They done put their witchy sauce on it, you know what I'm saying? So even trying to eat better, you still have friction in that process, you know what I'm saying? So with this new age shit, it's almost like it's beings that's adding more confusion to this shit, you know what I'm saying? Yes, we should be eating better, but most of us know that if you don't have the finances to buy the shit that got less GMOs in it, less witchy sauce in it, you gonna be eating the regular basic shit, you know what I'm saying? The same shit that everybody else is out here eating from the regular grocery stores and the corner stores and the gas stations, you know what I'm saying? In Virginia, and I'm pretty sure they do in other areas, but I just like to speak as far as where I'm at, like, it's a lot of farmers markets out here. A lot of people who grow their own shit, and you can actually go to a spot and grab food that was grown by someone that grew it themselves. It didn't have to go through a factory and a bunch of witchy sauce to kind of, to get to where it's at now. You can actually go get an apple that's a real apple. You know what I'm saying? It's not GMO. You can go get grape and it's gonna taste like grape. They can make a grape, get one grape one day, go back the next week, get another grape, it's gonna taste the same. You keep going, it's gonna taste the same. They're producing it the same. You don't get the same taste when you go get the shit from the grocery stores. It's not the same. But when you think about it though, all of us is still growing and ascending. Nothing that has to do with you are what you eat has stopped you in your process. We all have to move on and ascend to our journeys, you know, eventually away from this physical realm. But if you focus so much energy on what you're putting in your body, I feel like that's like another way of adding, like almost like another problem to the table. Like we already know that's there. So what I tend to do is I just subtract the motherfucking food away from the goddamn equation. That keeps me from having to worry about, oh, I need to get to write this and I need to get to write that. Or I should figure out this and I should figure out that. Like, we already know they lie about everything. So it don't matter if you even read the instructions on the labels that they give you. You know what I'm saying? Motherfuckers still be lying. So what I do is I just process about how much I intake in my body now. That's where I focus on, is the intake in my body. Not so much as, oh, I need to make sure I'm getting the healthiest thing, because that's always the first thought anyways. That's always the first thought. But when you out here fighting these battles and you trying to manage and your energy through the process, like sometimes you just have to get something in your vessel. And you can use your own experiences growing up, can see that, oh, okay, this, some people it did hinder, but I like to use me and for the ones that it didn't hinder. You know what I'm saying? I know some people, this shit hindered them and they paying for it now, or they gonna be paying for it a little bit later. You know what I'm saying? But at the end of the day, we all gotta go on to our next journey, so it ain't even no point of focusing on that shit. We in the Western world, we in the States. You know what I'm saying? Like, unless you can get the fuck out the States to somewhere else, you know what I'm saying? Or dip off the grid somehow, you know what I'm saying? But the way this shit set up, it's no hiding. Like, it's no hiding. So you are not what you eat. I don't eat the same shit that I used to eat, but I understood that I wasn't what I ate. When I was eating those things, I was operating kind of low vibrational because I didn't have the knowledge and I wasn't vibrating where I'm at now. But I can dive into them foods and I don't feel like I'm getting overexpunged or overindulged, because when I do it now, I'm always going to go the healthier route first if I can. So it's like a little bit of GMO, a lot of GMO. Let me take the little bit of GMO. You know what I'm saying? So a little bit of GMO to me is like going to like a restaurant slash grocery store. You know what I'm saying? A lot of GMO is like, to me, is like fast food shit. You know what I'm saying? So, and like gas stations, corner stores, a lot of that shit is like, to me, is up here on that scale. But I wouldn't be where I am today if that was my main focus, being I am what I ate. See, we also understood that we work like rituals over our foods too. For me, outside of being highly hypersensitive and like physically, it's like even my taste buds, even when I was little, I was always the last one finished eating because I like to taste my food. My senses are great. I like to taste my food. Some people can sit down and cha-cha-cha-cha-cha. I like to taste my shit. And I also understand when I'm sitting down and I'm eating this food and it's some bullshit, and I know it got some fucking witchy sauce in it because it came from one of these goddamn factories or somewhere. It's like, I understand that my body just needs this, so it's basically like a spiritual ritual, but it's not like some full-on seance, you know what I'm saying? It's just kind of like a process that I go through within, which is not even like a long or fast process, you know what I'm saying? So like, for instance, let's say like, just for instance, just an example, you can put your own examples into place. I hate when people take my examples literal because you're supposed to use that as an example if you don't have your own examples, that's all. But if you have a better one, you can put it in place. So let's say like I hadn't eaten all day. I've been ripping and running, blah, 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 doing whatever. I really need to get some food. I don't feel like cooking. I don't feel like cooking. Say I want to go buy Chick-fil-A. I already understand that, yes, this is a better one than fucking McDonald's and blah, 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 but it's all still part of the shit, you know what I'm saying? So for me, the whole time when I'm going through the process, I already understand, look, I'm gonna get the smallest portion that I can get, and this is only for, you know, nourishment of my body. I already know a lot of this shit is gonna go straight through me, and it's not even gonna be settled in there. But what it does is it allows me to not have to worry about fighting my body or thinking about food, and I can process shit a little bit better until I get back to be able to fix me some food and to be able to do something in that manner. So that's usually the process though. You are not what you eat. You have to think about all the things that you've been through and where you are at now in your journey. If we was what we ate, we would not be here. If I was what I ate, I wouldn't even fucking got out of prison. Like, we have to understand, like, it's one thing with being connected spiritually, it's another thing with like following like a new age seance shit that's kind of like leading you to be more confused and diving into shit that's not really like helping you immediately. It's like if it's making you fucking confused, like if I have to rethinking about like you are what you eat, you are what you eat. Like some people was telling me like, oh, they was eating food and they was getting stressed out. Nigga, that's cause you stressed the fuck out. That's why I never ate no food and was like, oh shit, I'm stressed out. Now I ate some food and my body didn't like it and it was doing its own little thing on the inside, but spiritually, I always knew I was stronger than that, so I never succumbed to that shit. You know what I'm saying? These are all still spells and tactics. The spells don't work unless you fucking believe in them. Doesn't matter how much shit they put on it. You have to fucking believe in it. You have to believe in it, you know what I'm saying? But I ain't want to run it up too long, you know what I'm saying? Y'all see the vibes. I love doing this shit, y'all. Like, I love doing this. For me, when I get out in these spaces, I'm always antsy and ready to get the fuck away from the matrix. Like, ready to build the community and the tribe. So I ain't gonna dig too much in on that shit. Y'all just gonna see the works happening, and as people start getting pulled and as shit start progressing, then y'all gonna know what time it is, you know what I'm saying? But y'all tapping everything down below. Peace and love to the kings and queens.